I want to build a dinosaur restaurant. Welcome back, everyone, to Create Dinosaurs. Well, yeah, as I just said, I want to build a dinosaur restaurant and everything. I should probably clarify, I mean like a restaurant that is themed around dinosaurs. We're not going to be eating the dinosaurs. Although... No, we're not doing that. We're going to actually, like, you know, be nice and civil and just eat less impressive animals. That doesn't sound any better. We're making a restaurant themed around dinosaurs. Yeah, that's my idea for this episode and everything. And if you remember, I actually hinted at this a couple episodes ago when we built this nice pathway here and everything. Because just under this weird little roof that we've got and stuff, I have this space cleared out. And this feels like the perfect restaurant for our guests and stuff. Like, this is the best location. Because, you know, we've said that we want to bring the path down here and lead to a little, like, boat ride and everything for all the park guests. Plus that we can have some nice glass windows here with a great view over the lagoon. But yeah, so you get what I'm trying to say. I want to make a nice little restaurant for all of our park guests and stuff. And there is actually a really fun name for this restaurant which I've thought of. And the name idea which I have come up with is Sitacosaurus. You know, like Sitacosaurus? Yeah? You like my comedy? But yeah, I want to make a dinosaur restaurant called Sitacosaurus and everything. And by the way, this isn't going to be the only restaurant in the park, probably. So if you have more dinosaur-themed restaurant names, please tell me. Like, what sort of restaurants can we build in our park that sort of play off of dinosaur names and stuff? I need more suggestions. Like, you know, there were loads of ideas that we could have gone for this and stuff. It's like we could have done Ankylo Burger or something. T-Rex Mech. Like, you know, there's loads of restaurant names we could have gone with for dinosaurs and stuff, but like, personally, I just like the pun of Sitacosaur. And the good news about that one is we do actually have tacos in this mod pack. It's part of Pam's Harvest Craft. So yeah, it's like there's fish tacos, there's normal tacos, there's cheesy taco tortilla chips. I should have maybe looked at how to make some of these beforehand. But yeah, so that's my goal this episode. Basically, make a nice restaurant here and everything, and hopefully actually stock it with some food. And this is going to be fun because we're using a mod that I don't really know much about. We're using Pam's Harvest Craft. I've never tried it before. I think the only thing I have actually used in Pam's Harvest Craft is a leek to make a terrible joke. So right, what do we need for just a normal taco or something? I assume this is... Okay, so it's any sort of meat, I think. We need a cutting board. How do I get a cutting board? Okay, that's easy enough. So there we go, just like that. I wonder, can we place this down? No, we can't. Okay, so it is used in the crafting recipe then. We also need lettuce and cheese. Let's see. How might we just make normal cheese? A milk bucket and salt. How do I get salt? By a pot and water? Okay, we need more copper, I see. So that goes in there and we get some salt. Right, brilliant. And then if I just put that there, that does not work. What am I missing? Oh, wait, it needed the pot as well, didn't it? There we go. So we got cheese. Right, and lettuce. That's not craftable. I don't know why I thought it would be, but right, so I assume this works like a lot of the other things in Pam's Harvest Craft where, like, I've just got to go and find it, which could be a little complicated considering that it will just be a random plant that exists somewhere. But let's see, it will be like one of these things over here or something. So if I break that, there we go. So I've got barley from this, and that is a winter squash. So yeah, basically, I just need to look for like random plants that might be a lettuce. That sounds more fun than it probably is. Come on, give me a lettuce. That's a bell pepper, okay. Lettuce. Wait, oh my god, we actually got that. What does that look? Okay, now I'm going to make the assumption as well that I can just go and replant the lettuce and get more of them. Like, I really hope this is true, because yeah, I don't want to go on an expedition every single time I need to make a taco. But right, so if I go and take some of this bone meal, I assume, yeah, we can just go and get a bunch more lettuce. That only gave me 2. Please tell me that was just some bad luck and you tend to give more than 2 normally. Okay, yep, you definitely do. But right, I guess we're just producing lettuce now. What an interesting business venture I didn't expect to go on. Right, and the final part of the recipe, I think, was a tortilla. Right, okay, so I need cornmeal. How do I get cornmeal? I need corn and a grinder. How do I get a grinder? Okay, grinder's fine. Corn. We gotta go on another expedition. Making tacos is harder than I thought. I have a lot more respect for my local taco place now. But right, come on, give me some corn. That's a pepper. Give me some corn. What the hell is that? Right, come on, bit of corn. That's a cucumber, okay. What the hell is that? Is that garlic? Oh my god, the raccoon just stole it. Come on, bit of corn. What is that? Come on, bit of corn. I said corn. Please, bit of corn. No. You're gonna be corn, aren't you? No. Come on, one of these has gotta be corn eventually. It's gonna be you. Never mind, it'll be you. Or you. Maybe this one. No. It's gonna be one of these ones. Never mind, it won't be. How about this? There's a bison right here. I'm gonna take a guess and say that you're some corn. No, that was obviously wrong. It's obviously this one. Never mind, it's gonna be these ones over here, I bet. There we go. Told you guys, first try. All right, I guess we'll go and do this again. And right, what was I supposed to do with this? Oh yeah, put it in a grinder. So there we go. That goes in there and we get some cornmeal. And then I need to combine the cornmeal with some water. Okay. And the one thing that I have forgotten is I am going to need some raw beef. I do apologize. So right, tortilla with some cheese, with a cutting board, with lettuce and some beef. There we go. We've got a taco. All of that for one taco. How many tacos is my restaurant going to be serving? Let's see, is it even good? I mean, it gave at least 2 hunger bars. I assume the fish taco is a similar enough recipe. Yeah, it just needs fish. But right, okay, so that's how you make tacos. How about we actually get to designing the restaurant? You know, I feel like we've wasted enough time trying to make myself some food. And I think I'm actually going to go with a block type that a lot of people don't tend to use for this build. Because a lot of people do consider it ugly. However, for the sort of dinosaur restaurant and everything, which you have to admit is in a bit of a tropical environment right now, I think it would look quite good for this. That's right, we're gonna use some jungle wood. Because hear me out on this, I do think that this will be a good floor block as long as we get the rest of the color palette correct. But like, you know, I kind of feel like a lot of this building sort of gives off old abandoned temple sort of vibes, and this is definitely the right wood type for it. Lighting this up is going to be its own issue. But yeah, I'm definitely liking the look of that so far, so I do need to go and get a bunch more to actually fill in this room. So with the power of create mods, there we go. Right, so there is the floor done there, and right, I just need to light this up again. But there we go, and if you're wondering, Pineapple, what are we gonna do for the rest of this interior and stuff? Like, you know, you've got an excellent floor, but what about the roof, the furniture, the walls over here? Well, I am happy to tell you, I don't know. Stop asking questions. I haven't thought this through. You're stressing me out. Ooh, wait, I wonder if I could do something with it. Ooh, that's a nice trapdoor. The one thing that I do think I really want to do with this is, so basically, obviously, we're calling this Psittacosaurus after the dinosaur and everything. So I am wondering, what if I put like some sort of silhouette of a Psittacosaurus on this wall or something, or like its skeleton design? But like, I don't want to do this with the sort of skeletons that exist in fossils and archaeology. I think I want to do this with actual blocks and stuff, something that could look quite nice. And of course, this does bring up the question, how am I going to make a silhouette of a Psittacosaurus in Minecraft with a bunch of blocks? And the good news is someone else has already designed it. Not like I've hired someone to design it. No, it's just like, I mean, look at that. There's a silhouette. So if I just go and find a way to reverse engineer this, because there we go, it's that sort of shape, which doesn't look like a dinosaur now that I look at it. Oh wait, I did do it a little wrong. I mean, it looks a bit more like a dinosaur, but I'm not entirely sure. Now, annoyingly, it does feel like this should be able to be compressed down to like a smaller scale and stuff using stairs and slabs, but I think it is actually impossible. Just because it's a bit too detailed and stuff, and like, if you look at this, this would have to be a quarter block, and that doesn't exist. So we're gonna have to go full scale. And obviously, it's not gonna be made out of dirt and jungle wood. That's just for me planning out right now. No, I am thinking some quartz would go quite well with this design. Now, this pixel art is 9 blocks wide, so do I have a central point on the wall? I think I do. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait, this should work. Right, so let's see. Maybe this needs some improvement. But right, you know what? Seeing as I don't actually know what I'm doing with this, I'm gonna speed this up for you guys. The Komodo dragon over there. Do you see it with its little tongue poking out? Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing with this building and stuff, so I'm just gonna put you guys into a montage, because otherwise this is gonna take ages. Like, this is just trial and error at this point, with, definitely some error. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do a bunch of experimentation, and I'll see you when this is done. I definitely need something better than this. Okay, you know what? I'm really happy with this. So it's not done because, so you might notice there's this fence here. This is supposed to be a queue because I realized I've been using the term restaurant and stuff. Really, the more accurate term would probably be a cafe. Like, this is more of the place where, like, you come here, you buy a bunch of snacks that are in the freezer and everything, and, like, you might get a table, or you're really unlucky and it's always full at lunchtime. That's always what happens. So what I want to do here, I want to add a kitchen and stuff. The thing is, a kitchen might require a bunch of other things which I don't have right now, and I think it would be nicer to put more detail into that in a future episode. So yeah, we might have an episode where we're doing a kitchen here and like making a bunch of displays for food and everything. But anyway, I want to talk about this little cafe because I really like it. So obviously we've got our entrance over here and stuff, and luckily having a 2-block entrance actually meant that all of these windows could be a consistent size. We have some really nice little decorations up here. These are made with the stone tablets from fossils and archaeology and stuff, and I just thought it would be like quite cool to put them in here. You know, at the end of the day, given the fact that we're a dinosaur theme park and like there's a bunch of archaeology stuff as well, it makes sense. I wonder if I should put some of the pots in here maybe. As for the ceiling, we've gone with the exact same wood type that the roof is made out of, the like chordate wood or whatever that's also from fossils and archaeology. However, in here it's flat, so this isn't actually the same ceiling that was above it normally, and I really like these beams that I've got going along here. That's just stripped dark oak wood and stuff, and the lanterns of course to light it up because yeah, I thought it was probably the only thing I could get to fit the sort of vibe in here, and I definitely think it works. And also the leaves and everything, these are, what are they? They're fir leaves and stuff, so this is from Biomes You'll Go, and I was a bit unsure about them because of course like this is a very jungle sort of feeling place, and this is not a jungle leaf, but honestly I think it's the perfect color. I think it actually complements it really well. So yeah, it's just kind of like got that going all around the edge and stuff to give it that overgrown vibes. And then of course we come to the tables. Now this is dark oak wood for the like bottom of it, but then the banana trapdoors. So yeah, I did end up going with the banana trapdoors and stuff because I thought it was nice, but then you might notice these. Now I don't know if they're actually functional. Okay, they are. You can actually sit in them. These are from Mr. Crayfish's furniture mod, which is something that I haven't actually showcased in this mod pack yet. But yeah, it's just the stripped dark oak chair and stuff. I could have made it with another wood type. Obviously it doesn't work with the modded wood types, it's just not designed for that, but I think it goes really well and fits in quite nicely. So yeah, the general sort of idea that I'm trying to go with here is like, you know, you walk in, you pick what sort of food you want, what tacos you might want, because remember this is supposed to be a Psittacosaurus. So yeah, you pick up all your food and stuff, you pay over here, and then you've just got to find a table and stuff. But luckily all the tables at least have a nice view, and hey, if you're lucky you might get to see a terrapin out there. So yeah, that's the interior for our cafe and stuff, and I am really happy with it. I really like what we've got there. As for the outside, I would like to do some of this today. Like, I would just like to get this outer path done and everything, because it's going to be another, like, circle and everything following the path around, so I might as well get the circle generator out now. Oh, for God's sake, there's another one of you guys. You guys are so annoying. There's loads of you everywhere. But right, you guys, come on, get out of here. Oh, maybe that was a bad idea. But yeah, so I think just quickly, what I want to do is basically go and add the pathway around the outside here and stuff, and it might be subject to change later, because of course, as I keep mentioning, I want to have some sort of boat ride here and everything, and if I put a path too far out here, then like we might just need to change it later. But I don't know, I think I at least need the consistency of like the 4-block wide path that we have everywhere else. So it'll probably be a circle like with a similar sort of width here and everything. It's gonna be like walking through this bit, and then I think like if there's a boat ride later on that starts right down there, I can just like add a bit more. Because yeah, 4 blocks wide is plenty of room and everything. We can have like our first circle and then some more stuff for the boat ride later on. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. But yeah, essentially what I'm saying is I need to go and add a nice little circular path around the outside here. And what that means is I need to pull up a circle generator and measure the radius of this thing again. That is right, I don't have the radius of this building measured out anywhere. I think it's 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 25. Okay, so I need to go to a radius of 30. This is getting quite big. All right, I'll see you when we've done this. And there we go, we've got a path. Now, once again, just like the episode where I was actually building paths everywhere and stuff, I do need to do all of the stairs and the slabs and everything, but I hate doing it. It's just annoying getting all of the resources and like each variant. But anyway, so our path network is definitely getting a little bit more complicated and stuff. I can go and remove all of this dirt as well. Yeah, it's like our paths are definitely getting a bit more complicated and maybe to the point where like it's a little bit weird in some places. It's like a good example is over here or something on this side of this like circle around the main building where you've got one path going up that way and one path going around here. So if we follow the lower down path, you can see that the wall kind of leads around and there's stairs right here, but like this isn't really an accessible point because this isn't that wide. And like we're probably going to put a fence going around here and stuff. So yeah, this isn't the access point for the stairs. But instead, if you follow the path that goes up and around the edge here, either it can lead off that way and around the enclosure and stuff, or it might lead back down this way, go all the way around, and then loop back around to this point and actually go down. And then of course the path comes around here and stuff, the boat ride will be here, the entrance to the cafe's right there, and if we go all the way around, head up this staircase, it leads us right back around to this side of the building, which honestly I kind of like. I don't know why, there's something quite fun about the idea of like, okay, let's go up these stairs and then we go all around here and like loop all the way back around, go down to the cafe, go down to the boat, and then you just turn up right on the other side. But also it does feel realistic. So if you remember back in like episode 18, is it? Whichever episode it is where I talk about the ant problem and stuff, something I say about the paths that I'm doing is I don't want all of the paths to be perfect. Obviously in Minecraft and stuff, I could terraform this to no end. Like if I really wanted to, I could just turn all of this into a super planet. Yeah, it would take a long time and stuff, but you could do it. But no, instead, what I want to do is sort of follow some of that stuff that you do in real life, where it's like, if there's no real desperate need to do any terraforming, I'm just not. So it's like, yeah, obviously we do a bit of terraforming and like digging out for the paths and stuff, but it's like, if there's no actual extreme need to like connect up this point here, why do it? Like, it links up over there. It's not that far away and stuff. So we have imperfected paths. It's not always the best it could possibly be. It's like, really, if we wanted to, we could bring down that path all the way down to this point here, and then you've got it accessible from both ends. You can go from up there, or you can go from down there. But, like, it's not necessary. Would it be an improvement? Probably, but, like, it isn't needed. And personally, I think it makes it a bit more realistic, and it does kind of feel a bit closer to what you would see in real life if you go to some sort of area with a lot of walking. But I don't know, I'm really happy with what we've got and stuff. I feel like this has led around to a really nice build and everything. Just like, look as you come around that corner. It's like, oh, let's go down to the boat and everything. I want to see the boat ride, and just look at the cafe. It looks so nice. I love this build. It feels like a real park. I love it. It's great. I'm really happy with how it's come out. And yeah, the next stuff to really go over here is either the main building which we've got here, which again is probably going to be inspired by Jurassic World, or the boat right down there. And I'm not sure which one we're going to do next. What I do know, however, is that I do definitely need to get a kitchen around here at some point and stuff. And that is probably going to be what we do next episode. Because, I don't know, maybe we can set it up to be automatic and, like, get a better food source and stuff. But I don't know. For now, I'm just really happy. I think our builders come out really well. This feels like a real cafe you might find in a zoo. The paths feel realistic. I love it. It's all coming along so well. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna get to work making some tacos.